I was really open to, I was trying anything and everyone, anything anyone threw at me. It was a particular difficult time. I needed rebooting. I needed to wake the up in some areas. And it just meant a lot to me. So, yeah, the first is, oh my God, it's coming around. You know, it's coming around. It's getting closer. It's going to be yours. Yeah. But everyone was so open.
It's contagious, right?
It is. It gives you permission in a way to go, okay, I'm going to step out.
Who would have thought that one of Hollywood's most iconic stars would hit rock bottom, not on a screen, but in real life? You won't believe what you are about to hear. On a podcast with Dax Shepard's armchair expert, Brad Pitt admitted the secret struggle he had been fighting since his divorce from Brangelina after being together for about 12 years. It was shocking and humbling to know that this man, who seemed to have it all, was also going through a lot behind the scenes. This brings us to the big question: what really happened to Brad Pitt? Before we dive into this juicy story, please hit the like button and subscribe to hear the full gist.
So how's work?
Now, let's go back to where it all began, many years ago in 2004. Do you remember the action comedy movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith? This was where actors Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie met on set. They played the role of a married couple who both turned out to be assassins hired to kill each other. The chemistry between this pair was palpable, and the public couldn't help but obsess over their relationship. However, something shocking happened midway through the shooting of this film.
You've just been identified by a competing agent.
Brad announced his separation from his then-wife Jennifer Aniston, and the world erupted with rumors. The public viewed Angelina as the mistress who caused Brad's separation, but she vehemently denied such claims. Nevertheless, the future had other plans. The truth was going to be revealed with time. To everyone's surprise, truth showed its face in 2006. Angelina finally confirmed the relationship between her and Brad with a pregnancy. The two continued dating for years without formalizing their engagement. But in 2015, things changed. Brad and Angelina finally got married after 10 years together. Their wedding was in an intimate ceremony at the chapel of their French home and vineyard, Chateau Miraval, in southeast France. The world fell in love with their love. They were one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. As a result, the media dubbed them Brangelina, and the term took over Hollywood. However, just 2 years into their marriage, the worst happened. Brad's world went into a downward spiral when Angelina asked for a divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. What happened next is something no one ever saw coming. The couple's decision to split led to 8 years of divorce proceedings, allegations of abuse, claims of forced NDAs, and a fight over child custody. In court filings, their long, messy legal battle was dubbed the War of the Rosés, until it ended one day. Finally, in December 2024, Brad and Angelina's divorce was finalized, making their divorce one of the longest and most contentious legal battles in Hollywood history. Now, guess what? When Brad was asked whether he felt relief over the divorce in a GQ interview, he said something interesting. He casually said he didn't think it was that big of a deal. Ironically, the reverse was the actual reality. Brad's life had become a mess. He had been dealing with strained relationships, a long custody battle, children distancing themselves, and a lot more. Sadly, fame had come at a heavy cost. Brad lost himself and he needed help. In the podcast mentioned at the intro, he confessed, "I was trying anything and everyone, anything anyone threw at me." It was a long and hard fight for Brad as he leaned towards drugs, which he had given up since his college days. Imagine waking up and lighting up a bong for breakfast. This was something Pitt said he did more than once, and guess what? He did it while still attending Dodgers games and walking red carpets. A tragic case of a man caught between two worlds, famous but broken. He smiled for the cameras. Inside, he was drowning. Brad needed to do something fast. In his words, he needed rebooting. That's when he made a decision no one expected. "I was on my knees," he said as he described his first steps into Alcoholics Anonymous, AA. That was his turning point. Brad stepped into that first AA meeting not just with shame, but also with desperation. The room was full of real people admitting real mistakes. It felt dangerous and vulnerable, and just maybe the lifeline he needed. Slowly, something started to change. The raw honesty, vulnerability, and even humor shared by these other men did something to Brad. It was unlike anything he had ever experienced. Now here's the twist we never saw coming. Brad Pitt, who is the guy with the golden boy looks, Oscar trophies and global fame, sitting in a circle of strangers in a church basement, pouring out their hearts to each other. It was where he found peace and healing, a healing that came from something no one ever expected. Brad called his AA meetings something I began to look forward to. Therapy became part of his routine, and gradually he got the clarity he needed to own his mistakes and map out a better path forward. The result? Months of raw work led to real transformation. He quit smoking after 3 decades. Afterwards, he channeled his newfound energy into producing a film titled F1. F1 isn't just a racing story, but a story about a veteran racer seeking purpose and reconnection. This film accurately mirrors Brad Pitt's reality. Today, at 61, Brad Pitt's life is rebuilding. He's enjoying healing relationships with his kids, standing beside his new love, Inez de Ramon, and bringing depth to each script and role he chooses. And while the media will always chase his past, Brad created his own reset button and chose to start all over on a different path to self-recovery. If that doesn't send a reminder that real power lies in vulnerability, I don't know what does. Hope you enjoyed our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more trending gist.